So there's a bit of discussion going on this year. People say, oh, you do not and freely always harp on just because of the Woodstock. No. This happened after all the Woodstock drama happened. Actually, this year in January, February, after all the Woodstock drama happened, a young lady by the name of Leah fasted with Doug in Costa Rica, and she almost died. She was fucking that close to death. Luckily, her mother had to come all the way from Australia, fly to Costa Rica, and get her daughter out of Doug's care. Lee's a young 20-something young female into health and fitness. Went to Doug, paid him $12,000 to do a fast, lay in bed and drink water. I think that's a bit rich anyway, that's another story. But anyway, she almost died. And Doug said, you need to fast longer. She ended up going to hospital, getting a blood transfusion. She had a blood transfusion from her mother and a local Costa Rican lady. That saved her life. I saw her blood tests, her hemoglobin levels were just crazy low. She's risking heart failure, and her sodium levels were real. I'm surprised she lived. In my personal opinion, if she stayed with Doug, she definitely would have died, and Doug would have been like, let's send her to hospital. And then when she dies in the hospital, Doug can say, hey, no one's died with me, they died in the hospital. But my issue is, Doug doesn't screen his patients. He doesn't screen them with any blood tests. You can't fast someone who's got a hemoglobin of 120 or like a low sodium count. That's crazy, man. But Doug doesn't do that because Doug's all about the money now in 2014. Years ago when I was to promote Doug, he was a lot more down to earth. In my opinion, knowing Doug for quite a while now, he's become more and more money focused. Here's what really irks me. This Lee girl wasn't even offered a refund. She asked for a refund, didn't get one. So she missed out on the $12,000 fast, almost killed her. Took a few months off at work to recover from that. Had to get blood transfusions. Her mum had to come all the way from Australia. And she missed out on Doug's walking tour, which is basically $5,000 or $6,000 you pay Doug to eat some bananas and walk around the local farms in Costa Rica. So she spent close to $22,000 airfares, etc. with Doug, plus time off work, and then all the hospital bills and some serious fucking money. She asked Doug, could I get a refund, mate? Doug's like, I'll get back to you. Doug never got back to her. So that really irks me. That much money, you could live on amazing fruit in Thailand for probably 4 or 5 years. So that's my irk, and that's why I call this out and discuss it, because I really feel our raw food movement is becoming polluted. It's becoming polluted more and more with just money and fame whores or whatever. It's becoming too corporate, and that's why we've sort of stepped aside and said, look, we're going to do our own thing, and we're going to have the integrity to say what needs to be said. And we're not saying we're perfect, but we're going to admit that things need to be done. Things need to be done in the right way. And so that's why I do not recommend water fasting, and I've seen too many people die. Too many people end up in hospital, too many people go to the mental ward. Doug won't discuss these stories because Doug makes a lot of money with fasting. So bring these questions up at Woodstock Fruit Festival. Say, Doug, how come Leah almost died? How come you didn't give a refund? Blah, blah, blah. Ask questions so hopefully Doug can raise the next standard, the next level. That's our goal. We don't hate Doug, but we want him to raise the next level. We want him to raise his integrity. Because right now, it's not looking too good. Young people coming to health and they're getting sick. That's not right. That's wrong. And they're getting charged an insane amount of money to get sick. That's fucking wrong. And that's why we put on the Thai Fruit Festival. So people want to learn all their information. We know all the information. You won't have to spend. You won't have to get in debt to buy our book or whatever. Go to Thailand. It's cheap as fuck. You don't have to come to Thailand if you don't want to. But it's just it's just wrong charging people that much money, and then when they get sick, you don't give them a refund. That really pisses me off. So, what's your thoughts down below? Do you think this Lee girl was entitled to a refund, or was she asking a bit too much that she almost died and wanted a refund? What do you think down below? Type it down below. Let's hear what you got to say. Let's fucking clear this scene up. Let's get it back to what it was, man. About people eating fruits, hanging out, carving the fuck up, helping each other, instead of seeing each other as a fucking marketing stepping stone, or how to make money off you or whatever. That's just crazy. So we're trying to bring it back to its roots. The fruitarian, vegan, high carb lifestyle. Get out there, get fit. We'll see you on the road.